The Iceberg female CEO, Liu Ruyan, who just broke up with me the day before, turned around and squeezed into my arms, holding me tightly. Tears welled up in her bright eyes, and she cried out in a hoarse voice, "Hubby, let's not break up, okay?" On the day Liu Ruyan proposed the breakup, I cried so hard that my mucus ran into my mouth. She looked at me with a face full of disgust, her tone disdainful. "What, you love me that much? It has to be me?" I nodded pitifully, and she curled her lips in resignation. She picked up her phone and directly transferred 10 million to me. This is too bullying. Covering my mouth as if I had suffered a huge grievance, I ran out crying. Everyone in the private room sighed, looking at me with eyes full of pity. They all thought I was deeply in love with Liu Ruyan and simply couldn't live without her. After all, I acted as her affectionate sweet talker for a full 3 weeks, until my Waybo account was exposed, with bright yellow letters writing, "Cold fish, blue-red donkey, Liu Ruyan is just a big idiot. Finally broke up. Ha ha ha, long live the breakup." Liu Ruyan crushed the wine glass in her hand, her fair hand bleeding from the glass shards. Even after being injured like that, she still sent me a message. "You are good. I'll give you another 10 million. Just make sure I never find you." On the day of our 3-week dating anniversary, Liu Ruyan sent a breakup text. The moment I saw the message, I almost jumped with joy, but I still pretended to be unwilling to give up and rushed to the bar to find her. In the bar's private room, right in front of all her best friends, I grabbed her hand without any dignity, knelt on one knee and choked out, "My dear wife, do we really have to break up?" Liu Ruyan leaned on the sofa, her posture lazy and her tone cold. "Yeah, we're breaking up." I instantly broke down and pleaded in a low voice, "Can we please not break up? Darling, what did I do wrong? I'll change, okay?" I was as humble as a dog, crying until I couldn't catch my breath. Liu Ruyan frowned, annoyance flashing in her eyes. "Guyan, do you really love me that much? We've only been dating for 3 weeks. Covered in mucus and tears, I nodded frantically. "Wife, I love you so much!" Her frown deepened, and after a long silence, my phone buzzed. It was a notification for a 10 million transfer into my account. Liu Ruyan turned her face away, her voice as cold as ice. "Get out, Guyan. This is your compensation. Don't ever come pestering me again." My face turned pale, and my body shook. "Fine, as you wish." Tears rolled down, and covering my face, I ran out crying under the pitiful gazes of her friends. A friend couldn't help but advise, "Sister Ryan, throwing money at him like that hurts a man's self-esteem too much." Guyan looked so pitiful. Liu Ruyan looked at my fading figure and said hesitantly, "What? Should I go chase him back now?" Hearing this, how could I dare keep pretending? I let loose and ran even faster. The midnight streets were empty, with only a few scattered cars passing by. I squatted under a dim yellow streetlight, looking melancholy, while the system beside me wagged its tail. "Host, don't be sad. The mission has been completed." I massaged my head and touched the wound on my left hand, which I got from falling while delivering breakfast to Liu Ruyan a few days ago. It had already scabbed over. "System, do you also think I'm genuinely heartbroken?" The system had a look of disbelief. "Guyan, don't tell me you were acting. This acting could win you Best Actor." I smiled, stood up, and stretched. "Otherwise, what did you think?" The damn system was completely speechless. In my original world, I was a corporate drone, and after dying from overwork, the system brought me here. It said that as long as I successfully courted a top-tier woman and maintained a relationship for 3 weeks, I could be resurrected and returned to my original world. Of course I'd do it, even if going back meant continuing the 996 grind. The system chose my target, the eldest daughter of the Fu Group's CEO, Liu Ruyan. Beautiful, wealthy, cold personality, and a 5-star difficulty rating. I didn't know how to date, but I knew how to be a desperate simp. That was my specialty. So I engineered accidental encounters, pestered her relentlessly, and offered my heart to her on a silver platter, letting her trample it. Even the system thought I had fallen for her genuinely. But Liu Ruyan remained completely unmoved from beginning to end, until one day when I brought her breakfast, she suddenly said, "You like me?" I froze for a moment, then nodded frantically. Liu Ruyan sneered, "From today on, you are my boyfriend." I was overwhelmed by this sudden stroke of luck. Just as I wanted to reach out and hold her hand, she coldly spat, "Get lost." "Fine, I'll get lost." From that day on, I became Liu Ruyan's boyfriend, picking her up and dropping her off at work every day. This relationship was entirely kept alive by my one-sided simping, but none of that matters now. Looking at the long string of zeros on my phone, my heart was full of joy. As expected of a CEO, her generosity is truly grand. My tongue coating is almost gone from all the simping, but being able to get the money makes it worth it in the end. I asked the system, can this money be taken back to the original world? The system said, money from this world must be spent in this world. Don't even think about taking a single penny back. Since I can't take it with me, then I might as well enjoy it as soon as possible. Having been poor for 2 lifetimes, I can finally be rich for once. The system told me to wait 2 days while it submitted the mission. Once the verification passed, I could go back. I couldn't be bothered to wait and went straight to squandering it, renting luxury cars and a large luxury apartment. Since I can't take it with me anyway, buying them would be a total loss. Next, I went on a crazy shopping spree at the mall, living a life of absolute luxury and dissipation. Tonight, I dressed up handsomely and went clubbing at a bar. With large wads of cash clutched in my hand, a crowd of girls surrounded me. I had never been this glamorous before. Coming out of the restroom, I ran into Liu Ruyan's best friend, Bai Ningbing. Just as I tried to hide, she spotted me anyway. Guyan, are you here to look for Liu Ruyan? Look for her, my ass. I can't hide fast enough. Don't talk nonsense, she and I have already broken up. Bai Ningbing pulled me along without allowing any discussion, her eyes full of pity. Just keep being stubborn. I know you can't let her go. Today, her childhood friend returned to the country, and we are hosting a welcome party here. If you don't come now, she's going to leave with someone else. Ignoring my struggles, she dragged me straight into the VIP private room. The moment the door opened, Liu Ruyan saw me, and her face instantly turned ice cold. Sitting beside her was a handsome guy who glanced at me condescendingly. So you are Ruyan's ex-boyfriend, that deadbeat simp. You deserve to be dumped. You don't match her at all. I'm warning you, don't ever pester her again. The guy was named G. Boda, and his eyes were fierce as if he wanted to tear me apart. I shot back directly, right, you match her the most. Life is dull and tedious, yet even a toad comes out to critique human beings. G. Boda had never been spoken to like this before and froze on the spot. I didn't bother with him, swaggered over and sat down. Crossing my legs, I poured myself a glass of wine, sipping it slowly. G. Boda was driven mad with rage and suddenly clutched his chest, looking in pain, trying to fall into Liu Ruyan's arms. Sister Ruyan, he insulted me. Liu Ruyan, who had been watching coldly from the sidelines, suddenly stood up. G. Boda thought she was going to stand up for him, but instead, Liu Ruyan didn't even look at him. He fell straight onto the sofa, incredibly embarrassed. Refusing to give up, he wanted to reach for Liu Ruyan's arm again, but Liu Ruyan suddenly sat down, her eyes staring fixedly at me. After a long while, she spoke coldly. Guyan, you've gone too far. The private room instantly fell silent. I let out a scoff, completely ignoring her. Her friends came forward to smooth things over, urging everyone to drink, even saying that I was just heartbroken from being dumped. G. Boda refused to let it go and started shouting insults at the peacemakers. I didn't bother with this green tea guy and lowered my head to play with my phone. G. Boda had nowhere to vent his anger, so his eyes rolled as he began to mock me. A simp plays on Waybo too? Is your account filled with a simp's daily routine? Bring it out and share it with us. My expression stiffened. My Waybo must absolutely never be seen by anyone. I forced a smile. I just read the gossip, I don't post anything. G. Boda was convinced I was feeling guilty, certain that my Waybo was full of simping records. He whispered a few words to the others and proudly waved his phone. I just got your number. I really want to see how deeply affectionate you are. He entered the phone number and clicked on my Waybo homepage. My face turned pale. There was no hiding it, and I could only watch helplessly. Liu Ruyan's voice suddenly rang out, carrying a warning. Don't look at it. Close it. My heart felt a wave of relief. At least she had a bit of a conscience. But G. Boda was hell-bent on making me look bad and directly cast his phone screen onto the big display in the private room. Right at the moment he clicked onto my homepage, I immediately stood up and walked out. Before leaving, I turned back and calmly left a sentence. The mountains are high and the roads are long. Goodbye, everyone. May we never meet again. With that, I took off running. Damn it, my Waybo was entirely filled with rants about Liu Ruyan, each one harsher than the last. If I ran a bit too slow, I would definitely die here today. Just as I left, the private room fell into a dead silence. On the big screen, my Waybo posts were vividly displayed one by one. What kind of corporate heiress? So arrogant, I really can't deal with her. Goldfish, hard to coax donkey, Liu Ruyan is just a big idiot. So sick of this unresponsive idiot. When can we finally break up? Aloof on the outside, but deeply insecure deep down. Finally broke up. 10 million received, so wonderful. Thank you, generous idiot, for funding my resurrection. A dead silence. Under everyone's gaze, Liu Ruyan's face turned pale, but her slightly trembling hands betrayed her emotions. The next second, she violently crushed her wineglass, grabbed her coat, and walked straight out. Jibota was still trying to say behind her, "Sister Ruyan, go catch that simp!" My phone kept ringing off the hook. I didn't even wait for the elevator, running all the way back to the rented luxury apartment. The moment I stepped through the door, I finally felt completely safe. Opening my phone, there were countless missed calls, all from Liu Ruyan. Seeing that I kept ignoring them, she sent one final message. "Guyan, you are truly something. I'll give you another 10 million. Just make sure I never catch you." Looking at the text, I could already imagine her gritting her teeth. I happily sprawled across the large leather sofa, laughing secretly in my mind. Afraid of her? Once the system submits the mission, I will leave this world directly. She wants to catch me? In her dreams. Just as I finished laughing, the system came online. This damn thing is truly slow. Big brother, it's been so long. Why hasn't the mission been successfully submitted yet? The dog system looked like it wanted to face me but didn't dare to. I was all too familiar with this expression. It was exactly how I used to look at my boss when I made a mistake. I nervously bounded up from the sofa. "Don't play with me! What's going on? Speak up quickly!" the system stammered. "It's nothing major, really. Just a network lag, and the mission submission failed, haha. I'm afraid you'll have to trouble yourself to do it one more time." It actually had the nerve to laugh. As that guilty voice drilled into my ears, my vision went black, my body swayed, and I almost fainted right there. I had just offended Liu Ruyan to the absolute death, and now you want me to do it all over again? That's just delivering myself to my own demise. Just as I was losing my mind and breaking down, the doorbell suddenly exploded with sound, scaring my heart into a sudden stop. Did she find her way here so quickly? I peered through the peephole, and truly, whatever you fear most will come. Liu Ruyan was standing outside the door with an ice-cold face, suppressing a monstrous rage, her voice ferocious. "Guyan, get the hell out here!" The dog system lit a cigarette with trembling paws, took a deep drag and said, "Why don't you jump out the window and escape? If you're lucky, you'll end up paralyzed, and then Liu Ruyan can take care of you. You two can rekindle your old flame." I looked at it with a smile and slapped the cigarette right out of its mouth. What kind of luck lets someone jump from the 36th floor and only end up paralyzed? If I had that kind of luck, would I have died from overwork? Would the mission submission lag? I regretted everything so much my insides turned green. If I had known, I shouldn't have been greedy for that 10 million. Now I'm completely finished. My whole body shaking, I pressed myself hard against the door. What a joke! Opening the door would make my death even more miserable. My voice trembled as I shouted to the outside in desperation. "It doesn't matter! I have the avoidant personality! If you have the ability, then just kill me!" Liu Ruyan is usually casual and shows little emotion, but in reality, she is extremely vindictive and holds grudges the most. A few minutes later, the door was forcefully broken open by bodyguards. Dust filled the air, and Liu Ruyan walked in slowly from behind the bodyguards. Looking at her expressionless face, slumped on the floor, my survival instinct instantly maxed out. "System bro, is there an emergency escape service?" I asked urgently. But there was no response for a long time. This dog system is truly a dog. It had actually logged off and run away in a hurry, abandoning me, its host, at the most critical moment. Liu Ruyan's teeth were chattering with rage, her ferocious face slowly becoming clear through the dust. "Didn't I say not to let me catch you?" Her sinister gaze fell upon me, carrying absolute murderous intent. I knew that if I couldn't pass this hurdle today, I would undoubtedly die. Steeling my heart, I violently pinched my thigh. My eyes instantly turned red. "Wife, didn't you notice I was just trying to save face? I was just talking tough. How much I've loved you during this time, don't you know?" Can I say some harsh words behind your back just to keep a bit of my self-esteem? Liu Ruyan remained expressionless, lifting her eyelids. Is that so? I hung my head, tears pattering down onto the floor, stubbornly turning my body away from her, my shoulders trembling unstoppably, looking like a little white lamb battered by the wind and rain but still holding on. Liu Ruyan glanced at me, then sized up my luxurious large apartment, her gaze finally landing on that pile of luxury goods. My heart trembled, but I cried even more miserably. Liu Ruyan, do you know? After breaking up with you, I could only rely on shopping to numb myself. Even so, it couldn't heal the hurt you caused me. I got the cold, unfeeling money, but what I lost was the soft, warm you. If I could choose, I'd rather have you than the money. Liu Ruyan raised an eyebrow, a face full of mockery. You don't want the 10 million? You only want me as a person? I nodded like a woodpecker, opening my tearful eyes, my gaze sincere and expectant. Liu Ruyan looked at me seriously for a moment, then spoke calmly. Fine, then give me back the 10 million. I was instantly dumbfounded. It just had to be you. Her opening words completely broke me. I thought I was leaving this world right away, so I had squandered all that money long ago. When I went out this morning, I even casually tipped 100,000. Where on earth am I going to find 10 million? This large luxury apartment is also rented, so I can't sell it at all. Seeing that I remained silent, Liu Ruyan frowned in annoyance. What? You can't produce the money? This apartment is worth at least 8 million. Sell it and pay me back. I don't need the remaining 2 million. You are truly generous. I thank you so much. Having absolutely no other choice, I could only put on a fawning face. Sister Ruyan, I want to sell it too, but they won't let me. Liu Ruyan's eyebrows knit tightly together. Don't make excuses. Who won't let you? The landlord won't let me. This single sentence left Liu Ruyan utterly speechless. After a long silence, she left behind a harsh warning. If you can't pay back the money, then just stay with me. With that, she turned and left with her bodyguards. It wasn't until long after she had gone that I finally snapped out of it. The system, who knew when it had sneaked back, wagged its tail and gave me a thumbs up. Host, it really has to be you. Someone as proud as Liu Ruyan was completely played by you, and she actually agreed to get back together. My mouth split wide with joy, and I immediately scrambled up from the floor. Instantly entering the simp mode, I sent Liu Ruyan a text with trembling hands. Wife, I'm not dreaming, am I? You actually agreed to get back together with me? Liu Ruyan replied incredibly fast. Guyan, stop being so conceited. Guyan, when did I ever say we were getting back together? I am merely granting you another chance to pursue me. Pursue her again? The most poisonous heart belongs to a woman. All those bottomless simping behaviors have to be done all over again. Just thinking about it makes me exhausted. The next day, I returned to the bitter life of being Liu Ruyan's simp. The comforting thing was that because I had invested myself too deeply before, I had long since gained experience. This time, I knew the ropes perfectly. It would never be like the first time, where the breakfast I bought gave her an allergic reaction, and the hand-picked mushrooms for the soup were poisonous, almost sending her to the afterlife. Or when I helped her down the stairs, sneezed, let go, and caused her to spend another month lying in the orthopedics ward. I still remember her lying weakly on the hospital bed, looking at me with a pale face. Gu Yan, are you here to pursue me or to assassinate me? I hung my head, not daring to utter a single word. Bai Ningbing used to say back then that if this kept up, Liu Ruyan would sooner or later break in my hands. And in the literal sense of the word, break. At 6 in the morning, sporting a pair of dark panda eyes and carrying Liu Ruyan's former favorite breakfast, I knocked on her front door. In the past, to play the victim and win her sympathy, I always got up before dawn to deliver breakfast to her. When Liu Ruyan opened the door and saw it was me, her face instantly darkened. Gu Yan, arriving this early, did you come here to sleep? My face turned red, and I smiled bashfully. Oh, stop it! That's the ultimate goal! Why did you have to say it out loud? Right now, I just want to be the first person you see when you wake up. Looking at my effeminate behavior, Liu Ruyan almost threw up. Annoyed, she directly slammed the door and went back inside, leaving me alone standing bewildered on the spot, but I didn't lose heart. Unsurprisingly, her muffled voice came through the smart door lock. Enter the passcode and come in yourself. I looked perplexed. How would I know the passcode? I tried her birthday, but it prompted an error. Liu Ruyan's impatient voice rang out once more. It's your birthday. I was completely stunned. In the living room, Liu Ruyan sat lazily on the sofa, the corners of her eyes tinted with a sleepy redness. The moment I stepped inside, I immediately pretended to have tears welling up in my eyes. Wife, waking up so early today, you've really worked hard. Liu Ruyan glared at me in annoyance. Who was it that woke me up by knocking so early in the morning? I was left speechless. Looking at the pan-fried buns I handed over, she snorted. My tastes changed long ago. Right now, I like to eat the shrimp dumplings from the south side of the city. Fine, you're the CEO. You call the shots. Just as I pulled out my phone to place an order, Liu Ruyan grew impatient again. Are you pursuing me, or is the delivery guy pursuing me? Fine, I'll go buy them myself, all right? After huffing and puffing to bring back the crystal shrimp dumplings, I arranged them neatly, pulled out a chair, and smiled fawningly. Wife, come and eat quickly. Damned mission. I rode a shared bicycle so hard the wheels almost fell apart. Yet, Liu Ruyan disdainfully picked up a dumpling. The skin is all sticky. How am I supposed to eat this? My lips trembled with rage. I pedaled 10 kilometers back and forth, and she actually complained that the dumpling skin was sticky. She was doing it on purpose. But since I'm under the system's thumb, I have no choice but to bow my head. Swallowing my pride, I shook her arm. Wife, what do you want to eat? I'll cook it for you, okay? In the evening, I made her kung pao chicken, squirrel-shaped mandarin fish, sweet and sour pork ribs, and mapo tofu. A grand total of 18 dishes, all of them ordered by her. After serving her through the meal, I even considerately cleaned up the apartment. With me being this hardworking and uncomplaining, even a heart of stone should melt a little, right? Rubbing my hands together, I asked sweetly, Wife, how do you feel today? Was your hubby's service up to par? Instead of receiving praise, she looked at me sideways. Leave once you're finished. Don't tell me you want to stay the night. Although I was angry, I caught sight of her hidden lip line curving up into a tiny smile. This dog of a woman is completely messing with me. A simp also has dignity. Some people are loved, some people are spoiled rotten, while I am like a wild dog on the side of the road, kicked again and again. When I left the villa, it was already dark. The more I looked at the stone lion at the entrance, the more I disliked it. I kicked it while cursing. Liu Ruyan, I greet your 8 generations of ancestors. If it wasn't to return to my original world, who would want to serve you like a dog? I don't know if it was an illusion, but I always felt a gaze staring at me from behind. I whipped my head around. The lights were on the second floor of the villa, but the window was empty. That's right, Liu Ruyan must be lying comfortably in bed sleeping right now. How could she possibly come to the balcony to watch me? This day has exhausted me. Dragging my weary body back to the apartment before going to sleep, I gnashed my teeth and sent her a message. Another day of loving my wife. Good night, wife. Love you. After sending it, I threw the phone down in anger and fell asleep instantly. The next day, not even 6 o'clock, as soon as the alarm went off, I crawled out of bed and jumped on my bike to head out again. To play the pathetic card, I even returned the rental car. Friends, have you ever risked your life for someone? I've never even worked this hard for my own job. Liu Ruyan was wearing black silk pajamas, looking more high-class than ever, but her eyes looked at me differently than usual. She even took the initiative to greet me. Little sweetie is here again? I pulled out a brilliant smile. Another beautiful day to be with my wife. She glanced at me coldly. I couldn't tell what the expression was. For the next few days, she comfortably enjoyed my service, fully playing the part of the spoiled rich girl. The deadly part is, the frequency of her mood swings was increasing. The gentler I was, the more irritable she became. The more sweet talk I used, the more she sneered at it. I couldn't stand it anymore. She loved this stuff before. What's wrong with her lately? I grabbed her arm, calling out to her with grievance in my voice. Wife, please pay attention to me. Stop calling me that. Her voice was hoarse, and she walked to the balcony, feeling sullen. A few days later, Liu Ruyan suddenly proposed that I act as her male companion for a banquet. Looks like the private torment wasn't enough. She wanted to go public to save the face she lost at the bar that day. Night settled in, the lights turned on, and the banquet hall was bustling with the elite. Ji Boda was holding a glass, mingling in the crowd. When he saw Liu Ruyan, his joy was impossible to hide. But then he saw me beside Liu Ruyan. His eyes instantly ignited with anger. Why are you here? Who allowed you in? You disgusting simp! G-Boda's expression became distorted, and he screamed as he charged over, scaring me so much that a piece of cake got stuck in my throat, almost choking me to death. I patted my chest, finally catching my breath, and smiled as I leaned into his ear, lowering my voice. Let me tell you a secret. Don't tell anyone else. Your sister Ruyan and I have made up. She loves me more than ever. G-Boda listened, his expression filled with disbelief. His face went pale, breaking down on the spot. You simp! You're playing her, stealing her money. I won't allow you to be together. Get out of here! The shouting made my eardrums ache. I impatiently picked my ear and picked up a plate of mousse cake, slowly putting it into my mouth. Got an opinion? I just want to say no. I'm standing here, and that's a middle finger to you and this whole world. G-Boda's chest heaved violently, so angry he almost fainted on the spot. Just as he was about to lay hands on me, his face suddenly changed, switching faces in an instant, pleading with me. Please don't yell at me, I was just joking with you. I let out a light scoff. The joke you told wasn't even as funny as your face. A light laugh suddenly sounded in my ear. Liu Ruyan was standing behind me before I knew it. G-Boda's eyes immediately brimmed with tears, pointing at me in grievance. Sister Ruyan, this bad man snuck in and scolded me. Liu Ruyan gave me a cold sweep of her eyes, half smiling. Back together, huh? My heart tightened. She was angry. I could feel that she was misunderstood by G-Boda. I steadied my tone, forcing a fawning look, shaking my head frantically. No, it's just that I love you so much. After we split, I was like a fish in muddy water, a stubborn donkey. Everything on Waybo was intentional, just to play hard to get and catch my wife's attention again. I purposefully raised my voice, putting myself in the position of a one-sided simp, giving G-Boda face in public. Sure enough, Liu Ruyan's expression softened quite a bit. My heart dropped. I probably only succeeded before because G-Boda wasn't around, and she was just playing around. Now that he's back, I'm afraid I have no chance left. Thinking of this, I became completely depressed. G-Boda suddenly spoke up strangely. Sister Ruyan, why are you wearing a blue necklace today? Don't you hate the color blue the most? I felt inexplicably that Liu Ruyan's expression was a bit unnatural. She turned her head away, her lip line straight as a ruler. What I liked yesterday, I don't necessarily like today. What I hated yesterday, I might just like today. I blinked. How come this sounded so suggestive? G-Boda, however, lost all color instantly. The tears in his eyes were real. Sister Ruyan, I knew it. You are still angry at me for leaving without saying goodbye years ago. Liu Ruyan remained as cold as ever, showing not a hint of softness or comfort. G-Boda couldn't take her coldness and ran away crying. I laughed. This guy is more girlish than me. I'm pretending to be girlish, he's actually girlish. I thought Liu Ruyan would chase after him, but she just looked at me with deep eyes. Guyan, you sure have a slippery tongue. I felt perplexed. She was the one who scared him off. Why does that count against me? The banquet ended. On the way back, the carriage was silent. Liu Ruyan looked out the window, not saying a word. I was just about to say something flirtatious when my gaze suddenly fell upon the necklace. I was too busy fighting G-Boda earlier, didn't look closely. Isn't this the one I gave her? Bought at a street stall, 19.9, and it even came with a ring. No words were spoken along the way. The car arrived at my building. Liu Ruyan leaned over slightly and suddenly said, "Blue actually is quite pretty, right?" I choked and felt a bit uncomfortable. I could only nod perfunctorily. Yes, whatever my wife says is right. Liu Ruyan stared at me with a tense face for a long time, then curled her lips and kicked me straight out of the car. I felt inexplicably agitated. I know Liu Ruyan loves G-Boda. As soon as he came back, she broke up with me. Bringing me to the banquet was just to make him jealous, watch us fight and save her face. I understand all that, but my heart still feels stuffy. I muttered quietly, "Can't I just change my target?" No sooner had the words left my mouth than the dog system, which had been silent for so long, suddenly spoke up. "Change your target? That's possible. The previous failed submission was due to incompetence. I'll apply for you. Usually it can be changed. This damn thing, why didn't it say so earlier if I could change?" I was moved to tears of joy, too busy to even swear. I could finally get rid of that iceberg woman. In the spur of the moment, I couldn't resist talking trash on Waybo again. LMAO, only an idiot would get back together. Slave labor. 2 minutes later, a reply appeared in the comment section. Black avatar, only a few short words. My heart went cold, and the phone exploded instantly. It was all calls from Liu Ruyan. I picked up, and her cold, fierce voice stabbed straight into me. Guyan, now immediately, right this second, get your ass over here. Don't use that tone with me, Liu Ruyan. I'm not coming over now for your own safety. I'm afraid I won't be able to stop myself from blowing your head off. I hung up the phone arrogantly, immediately turned off my phone and prepared to run away overnight. 5 minutes later, the system came back looking dejected. Seeing its pathetic look, I lost my nerve instantly. What happened? The system lacked confidence, stuttering for half a day. That's silly, I don't know what's going on with the central system, but this time, the target cannot be changed. I couldn't bear it anymore and ranted at this thing for 10 whole minutes. It actually didn't even blush and even comforted me. If it really doesn't work, just sacrifice yourself and trick her into marriage. You are truly vicious. Spending a lifetime with Liu Ruyan? I'd rather just die. My face turned pale, immersed in immense sorrow. I tremblingly opened my phone, countless missed calls. I wiped the cold sweat from my forehead, called her back, my voice as sycophantic as it could be. Baby Ruyan, what are you doing? Are you busy? I'm coming over now, is that okay? The woman on the other end let out a cold laugh. Come over for what? To come and blow my head off? When I arrived at Liu Ruyan's house, it was already midnight. She was sitting in the dimly lit living room, no lights on. Her ice-cold eyes flashed with a freezing light in the night. It was terrifying. On the coffee table sat an empty bottle of liquor. Do you want to break up with me that badly? Liu Ruyan's voice betrayed no emotion. I bet she must have had a fight with Jiboda and was just taking it out on me. My eyes rolled. The opportunity had come. Instantly, my eyes lit up, and I flashed a smile I thought was drop-dead gorgeous. How could I? I just saw you making eyes at Jiboda, and it made me uncomfortable. I was driven utterly mad with jealousy, and my mind wasn't clear, which is why I talked nonsense. Liu Ruyan remained silent. My heart beat like a drum. Just as I was about to open my mouth again, a sudden weight hit my chest. That single sentence completely dumbfounded me. Holy crap. This iceberg woman couldn't possibly want me to kiss her, right? Usually she doesn't even let me hold her hand, yet today she's being this direct. I tentatively leaned toward her lips, my body rigid as a board, fully prepared to get slapped. To my surprise, Liu Ruyan lost her patience first. Throwing her arms around my neck, she hung tightly onto me. What are you hesitating for? If you want to kiss me, just kiss me. At that moment, I really wanted to snap back at her. When did I ever say I wanted to kiss her? Wasn't she the one ordering me to? But looking at her plump, rosy lips that looked like jelly? Fine. I actually did want to kiss her. Biting the bullet, I quickly pecked her on the lips and pulled away. Liu Ruyan was clearly dissatisfied. That's it? This is how much you love me? Damn it. Has she gotten addicted to this? Seeing her gaze gradually turn sharp and fierce, panic rose in my heart, and I instinctively covered my mouth. Liu Ruyan, let me tell you, a French kiss won't do. That requires an extra charge. What charge? She looked at me teasingly. I can even afford the price of getting back together, so why would I care about this? I felt a bit frustrated. A grown man like me was actually being teased by her. Gathering my courage, I was ready to turn the tables and pin her down, but Liu Ruyan let go of her hands. Inexplicably, a sense of loss washed over me. Then she spoke up. All right, Guyan, I will trust you one last time. I hope the true love you speak of is actually real. With that, her fingertips gently grazed my lips. Her eyes, which were usually cold and distant, were swirling with intense emotions. My heart pounded so hard it felt like it would burst, and my entire face burned up like wildfire. No words were spoken all night. To be precise, we didn't have the time to talk, and later on, no energy left to speak. Starting from the next day, I don't know what kind of madness possessed Liu Ruyan, but she insisted on bringing me along even when she went to work. I was like a tag-along, spending every single day with her in the office, watching her handle business affairs. I was utterly bored out of my mind, so I voiced my protest. I want to go out for a walk. Liu Ruyan didn't even lift her head. She directly tossed a Chinese dictionary at me and said in a freezing tone, "Memorize it." I rolled my eyes. You're even more boring than I am. Liu Ruyan looked up, giving me a fiercely sharp glare. A few days later, memorizing the dictionary had left my eyes glassy and my mind dazed. Once she finished her work, she walked slowly over to my side. "Which part have you memorized up to?" Forcing my heavy eyelids open, I muttered helplessly, "I've memorized up to B. Too slow. Tomorrow you must reach C." Just as I was about to lose my temper, Liu Ruyan massaged her temples. "Forget it, stop memorizing for now." She pulled me up from the sofa. She was dressed very elegantly today, wearing a bohemian-style maxi skirt, a white shirt, layered with a black trench coat, and a pair of gold-rimmed glasses resting on her nose. She looked both pure and melancholic. I secretly gritted my teeth, deliberately stepping forward to wrap my arms around her waist, lowering my head to flirt. "Wife, you look so beautiful today. Quick, let your hubby give you a kiss." I originally just wanted to tease her a bit in the office. In broad daylight, she would definitely push me away. To my surprise, Liu Ruyan let out a soft chuckle and slid directly into my embrace, tilting her head up and pouting her lips. "Here, you can kiss me." This completely threw me off. "This isn't very appropriate, right?" I stiffly offered a polite refusal. From the hallway came the sound of the secretary's footsteps pacing back and forth. Liu Ruyan pulled me over to the office desk, perching herself on the edge of the table, her hand gently resting on my chest. The warmth of her palm through my clothes made me tremble all over. "It really isn't appropriate." Her eyes were full of playfulness. "But who told you to be so passionate and love seducing me so much? Who exactly is the passionate one, and who is seducing whom here?" I gritted my teeth. Screw it. At worst, she'll just find an excuse to beat me up. Just as I was gearing up to take action, the secretary knocked on the door. "Director Liu, the client you have an appointment with has arrived." Liu Ruyan let out a soft sigh, planted a kiss on my chin, and let go of me. "Go play by yourself for a bit. Once I'm done with work, I'll take you out to eat something delicious." Watching the door close, I was practically exploding with rage. Play by myself? Play what? Play with myself? So pathetic. Just kissing a woman makes you blush all the way down to your heels. Where did all your talent for cursing people go? The system suddenly popped up, sounding extremely smug. "You piece of trash, why the hell are you peeping at my heels? If you have time for that, why don't you optimize your broken network that always disconnects?" I was completely humiliated and furious. Rebuked by me, the system hung its head and quickly changed the subject. "Host, I think Liu Ruyan is treating you a bit too well now. She wouldn't be catching real feelings, right? If that happens, you won't be able to break up even if you want to." I shook my head helplessly. "Have you forgotten? She still has that white moonlight first love whom she loves but can't have." The system fell silent. I patted its dog head. "Whatever, let's just scrape by for these 3 weeks and it'll be over." Even though I said that, a sudden wave of resentment welled up in my heart. The more I thought about it, the angrier I got. Without waiting for Liu Ruyan, I just left by myself. After returning home, I wanted to throw a tantrum to vent my frustration. I had even learned my lesson. This handsome guy is under immense mental pressure. Are there any beautiful girls available? Down for going for drives or drinking, cheap prices and excellent service guaranteed. Not long after, an account with a beautiful girl's avatar replied to me. It was also a brand new account. I liked that, being just as cautious as me. After giving it some thought, I still sent Liu Ruyan a text. "Wife, I have some things to take care of tonight, so I won't be coming back." She didn't reply to me at all. In the dead of night, I escaped from the villa, running faster than a dog. Panting heavily, I arrived at the street corner where I agreed to meet the pretty girl. The other party was already there. A black Ducati was parked by the curb. Standing beside the motorcycle was a person with their back turned to me, leaning lazily against it. Curvy figure, incredibly long legs. I was thrilled out of my mind and waved at her. "Hey, beautiful, you're quite punctual. Here I am. Your bike is so cool." She let out a scoff and slowly turned her head around, staring at me with a half smile. The moment I clearly saw the woman's face, all of my excitement from a moment ago vanished completely without a trace. As if I had seen a ghost, I took a massive step backward. "Liu Ruyan? Why is it you? Why can't it be me?" Liu Ruyan's face darkened. Humiliated, I lowered my head, not daring to look at her. Going out to hook up with a pretty girl only to hook up with your own wife. How do I fix this? Extremely urgent. Waiting online. Liu Ruyan walked up in front of me. Wanted to see a beautiful girl, wanted to go for a drive, wanted to drink. Immense mental pressure. Excellent service? Then why don't you give me some service? I turned on my heel to run. I suddenly feel sleepy. I'm going home to sleep, no need to drop me off. Liu Ruyan wiped the smile from her face, reaching out to firmly grab my wrist. Guyan, remember this. You are a man who has a girlfriend. The night wind was chilly. I felt a chill run down my spine, my heart full of grievance. She has her first love in her heart, yet she demands absolute loyalty from me. Based on what? Keeping a straight face, I wanted to walk away. Liu Ruyan called out to stop me. Get on the bike. Simmering with rage, I spoke without thinking. It's just a couple of steps away, I'm not that fragile. Liu Ruyan shot me a look. Weren't you the one who wanted to go for a drive and look at the moon? Though my mouth denied it, my body very honestly climbed onto the bike. I couldn't help but banter. Since the main course I anticipated is gone, having a little dessert will do. Liu Ruyan gritted her teeth. Guyan, do you want to die? I quickly wrapped my arms around her waist. Sister Ruyan's waist is so soft, I like it so much. Liu Ruyan carried me as we sped along the mountain paths. It was both fast and stable, exciting me to the point of laughing out loud. Her voice drifted apart with the wind. Does the moon look good today? I looked up at the night sky, tightly hugging her slender waist, letting out a hearty laugh. Time flew by incredibly fast. From the 3-week deadline, only the very last day remained. The mission was right on the verge of completion. During this period of time, Liu Ruyan treated me exceptionally well. The way she looked at me was intense and focused. Her kisses were deep and passionate, our teeth grinding together, refusing to let go until my eyes grew watery and my entire body went limp, only then allowing me to take large gasps of air. Every time after the passion subsided, she would always stroke my chest and ask softly with a teasing tone, Guyan, are you unable to leave me now? I belong to you now. You have to take responsibility for me. In my days, I really thought she had fallen in love with me, until she asked me to accompany her to Jibota's birthday banquet. Only then did I snap awake. Today was Jibota's birthday. Bringing me along was just a part of their petty rivalry. I slapped my own face. That was close, I almost fell for it. On the way there, I stared out the window without saying a word. My acting had always been good, yet today I just couldn't fake being happy. Liu Ruyan gently pulled my hand. I know you don't like him, but our families have been friends for generations. Just give him some face, it's really simple. We'll leave after staying a short while. Huh. Once I leave, it will be perfectly convenient for you two to get intimate. Wretched woman. Whatever anyway, it's the last day. Once today is over, everything will come to an end. When Jibota saw Liu Ruyan, his eyes lit up instantly. Deliberately ignoring me, he said aggrievedly, Sister Ruyan, you finally came. Just to make me mad. How much longer are you going to keep acting with this man? I admit defeat. I apologize. Today is my birthday. I don't want to see him. Kick him out. Before entering the door, Liu Ruyan had specifically told me not to bicker with Jibota. I just treated his words as absolute nonsense, watching with great interest. Unexpectedly, Liu Ruyan immediately flipped. A gloomy chill surfaced on her cold face. Fine, their drama is about to start. I understood the tropes of old-school melodramatic novels. As the malicious supporting male lead, I dutifully held my glass and hid in a corner. Watching from afar in the center of the hall, Liu Ruyan was cold and distant, while Jibota was bright and handsome. Standing together, the two of them looked strangely compatible. I didn't want to look anymore, turning around to walk to the empty balcony, planning my life after returning to my original world. After a short while, someone hugged me from behind. Before I could turn around, Liu Ruyan's lips pressed against my ear. What are you thinking about? I understood this. Emotional value must be provided to the max. Thinking of you. Under the moonlight, I stood silently as Liu Ruyan hugged me tightly, her gentle kisses falling on my earlobe. The burning breath made my skin tighten. I gritted my teeth and made no sound, but she seemed to be getting addicted to kissing me, not stopping for a long time. Finally, I couldn't help but say, There are so many people. We'll be discovered. Let's talk when we get home. Liu Ruyan's movements stopped. She planted a kiss on my neck before letting go of me. I turned around, and she looked up, gazing into my eyes with a serious expression. Guyan, go back to which home? Are you planning to break up with me? I was stunned by the question, and my entire body gradually turned cold. Could it be that I showed a flaw? I reached out and dominantly pulled her into my arms, acting effortlessly. What nonsense are you talking about? We are perfectly fine. Why would we break up? I had to stabilize the situation. There were only 4 hours left before the mission ended. Liu Ruyan's eyes were dark, suppressing her emotions. The cold moonlight made her face look pale. She was hurting. She was disappointed. After a long while, her voice carried a trace of sorrow. If we can still be together tomorrow, you must remember to tell me. I will give all the choices to you. I suddenly recalled the day we rode home from stargazing. The previous second she was still smiling, but the next second she pulled back her smile, saying to me earnestly and solemnly, "Guyan, if you have any demands, tell me, I will fulfill them all for you. But please do not suddenly disappear. That wouldn't be fair to me." My eyes widened, and I screamed for the system frantically in my mind. I guessed right. Liu Ruyan could perceive the existence of task takers. Some systems were of too poor quality. When they locked onto her, she noticed it. In an instant, I understood everything. From the very first mission, she knew my identity. She just felt bad for the sweet persona I was faking, so her heart softened and she helped me complete the tasks. In the end, my character persona collapsed, all because of that idiot Jibota. What was even more fatal was that the system messed up when submitting the mission. Holding on to the very last shred of hope, I looked at Liu Ruyan, speaking humbly. "Let's break up tomorrow, all right?" After tomorrow, she could openly and honestly love her first love. I would return to my world, and we would each go back to where we belonged, never to see each other again. The color drained from Liu Ruyan's face bit by bit. After a long silence, she let out a low, mocking laugh. "After everything is said and done, you still want to leave." It turns out that from beginning to end, I was the only one who took it seriously. I couldn't help but lose my temper. "Big sister, can you stop acting so affectionate? Am I not giving way to your first love?" Liu Ruyan looked completely bewildered. "Giving way to what? He and I are just family friends. We have absolutely no relationship." I didn't believe her at all. When Jibota came back to the country, she threw a welcome party, and when Jibota targeted me, she defended him. Liu Ruyan walked over and grabbed my hand. I wanted to break free, but she held on even tighter, her expression stubborn. "I will give you one more chance. Are you willing to stay for me?" I pried her fingers away one by one. "Liu Ruyan, I do like you, but I cannot just love you. I have family, I have friends, and I have a life that I love. I cannot stay in this world completely alone, just loving you." Liu Ruyan's face turned deathly pale, as if she had long foreseen this outcome. She gave a tragic smile. "All right, Guyan, I promise you. We break up tomorrow." Early the next morning, my body began to blur, becoming transparent bit by bit in front of Liu Ruyan. At first, her expression was deathly still as she watched me gradually fade away. Then she started to panic, and finally tried to grab me almost frantically. She screamed toward the vast sea where I was disappearing. "Guyan, I regret it! You better remember this, don't ever let me catch you again. Next time, I won't let you go." Tears shimmered in my eyes. "Liu Ruyan, thank you for letting me go." Returning to my original world, there was no system, no Liu Ruyan. Having experienced a sudden death once, I learned not to work myself to death anymore, learned how to slack off, and learned to cherish my family and friends. A year passed, and life was peaceful and happy. Only when looking at the moon all by myself would I always recall that night, the mountain wind, the cold moon, and the way she looked speeding along with me. My family noticed my unusual behavior and began arranging blind dates for me, all of which I refused. Until that day, I was tricked by my mother into going to a dinner restaurant. She kept nagging in my ear, saying how excellent this girl was, having just returned from studying abroad. I was utterly dejected. No matter how excellent she is, I don't want her. I already have my own Liu Ruyan. Suddenly, a familiar voice rang out beside my ear. "Sorry, I'm late." I snapped my head up, staring dead on at that face from my fondest dreams. I was utterly incredulous. My mother beamed with joy, saying, "You youngsters have a nice chat," before turning to leave. Liu Ruyan ignored me, sat down on her own accord, picked up her water glass, and took a slow, methodical sip. I stared at her like an idiot. She curled her lips with a trace of disdain. "Didn't I tell you? Don't let me catch you again. Why don't you ever learn your lesson?" I opened my mouth, wanting to ask how she came to this world, but my eyes welled up with tears first. I reached out, cautiously holding her small hand, deeply afraid that this was just a dream. Feeling her actual warmth, I smiled and said to her, "This time, even if I die, I won't let you go." The female lead was indeed cunning. Originally, Liu Ruyan didn't want to help Guyan complete his missions, as he found it troublesome and hated trouble. But after being relentlessly pestered by him for months, she was driven completely crazy. She felt that if she didn't agree, she might actually be worn to death by him. Furthermore, she felt a bit protective of this little sweet-talker who was desperately trying to win her over. That day, as she was working in her study, her gaze kept drifting unconsciously through the window, falling on the pathway leading to the villa. Her phone buzzed. It was a message from Guyan. "Good morning, wifey. I'm on my way to deliver breakfast." Liu Ruyan massaged her aching temple, glanced out at the setting sun in the west, and fell silent. It was practically time to say goodnight. Helplessly putting down her phone, she pinched the bridge of her nose. Just before darkness fell, Guyan's figure finally appeared. He was wearing an oversized hat, pedaling a bicycle with food containers dangling from the handlebars as he wobbled his way over. Liu Ruyan suddenly thought he was quite adorable, and the corners of her lips softened unconsciously. Who would have thought the hat was too big? As he stood up to pedal harder, the hat slipped and covered his eyes, causing him to crash straight into a tree. The food containers scattered everywhere. He sat on the ground, clutching his head, his eyes turning red with grievance. Liu Ruyan's heart tightened. Dropping her pen, she was just about to go downstairs, only to see him scramble right back up. He picked up the bicycle and smashed it repeatedly against the tree, crying his eyes out the entire time. Only when the bicycle fell apart did he vent his anger, picking up the containers and limping up to the front door, calling out tenderly through the gate, "Wifey, I'm here to bring you breakfast, dinner." Liu Ruyan truly believed that he was deeply in love with her. Seeing how much he had endured for her, she accepted his pursuit, thinking she would just accompany him through these 3 weeks, complete his mission, and let him go home. She didn't dare treat him too well, fearing he would fall deeper and deeper, unable to bear leaving and clinging to her. She had seen too many examples of that. It was too troublesome. In the end, it was obvious she had overthought it. The day the Waybo scandal exposed everything, the culprit had already run away. Surrounded by silence, she was too furious to speak. It turned out from beginning to end it was all an act, and she hadn't been in his heart at all. She smiled coldly, an inexplicable sense of loss hidden beneath her anger, thinking that she must properly shut that mouth full of lies. Yet on the night of the banquet, despite knowing his sweet words were entirely fake, she still couldn't help but feel secretly delighted. Liu Ruyan was startled by her own reaction. It wasn't until he was about to leave that she had to admit, the one who fell in love was her, and the one who couldn't let go was also her. At that moment, a selfish thought arose within her. She wanted him to continue liking her, to fall in love with her, to love her enough to be willing to stay for her. Sometimes she felt like he really did seem to like her. When she kissed him, he never resisted, and he would get jealous for her. Who said a little liar couldn't speak the truth? He was waiting, and she was waiting too. In the end, what she waited for was abandonment. What he waited for was going home. His departure didn't carry even a shred of hesitation. After he left, she first pretended not to care, then she felt lonely, and finally she felt that life was completely uninteresting. She found the system and asked if she could go to his world. The system said it was possible, but it required exchanging her fortune and lifespan from that world. Without the slightest hesitation, Liu Ruyan agreed. She gave up everything, arriving in another world completely on her own. Pretending to look entirely indifferent, she told him, "Didn't I tell you? Don't let me catch you again." Only she herself knew at the very moment she found him, how relieved, how thrilled, and how overjoyed she truly was. The end.